Hello there all you tubies and tubeheads, and welcome back to Retrospects. This is the fourth part of my Halloween special. You can see Skelly there in the background, and he is linked to this video in some way. Because since Skelly took up dancing, and yeah, he's going to be a contestant on Strictly soon, I think. He no longer had use for one of his items, and that item is sitting over there. As you can see, that is his casket, or his coffin, and he no longer needs it because he's never there. He's always out dancing the night away. He doesn't need anywhere to sleep. He never sleeps. So we have this, and I thought, well, we could mod that and turn it into something. He no longer needs it. Let's turn it into something else. So let me show you then what we have. Now, at the moment, I can run around this quite freely, and the reason for that is because it is on a lift. Now, in a minute I take it off that lift, there will be some lag, so I apologise straight away for that. But this thing is quite busy, so let me just drop it off there, and oh, there we go. Lag has commenced. Now things are a little bit skippier as I jump around this thing. So I have actually got a new PC. This is an i7-6800 with an Nvidia 1080 card, so really should not be having any issues with any game. However, we all know Scrap Mechanic does have its own issues, which hopefully will get ironed out when the new engine comes in. What is approximately 2-3 days? So let's hope that some of these lag conditions get a little bit better. So we have, like I say, a coffin or a casket. Little handles on the ends there for the pallbearers, and yeah, it's jet black coffin, painted jet black with the Durf mod for the colouring, because you don't get that black a colour in the natural Scrap Mechanic colours. So let's just jump on top of this thing then. Have a quick look at the spiderweb if you like. It is kind of crazy. Now, if I'm honest, I've been really waiting to show you this build. Despite the lag, I am really impressed with what I've got here. So this is by far my favourite of all the builds I've done so far. Now, this will be available in the workshop. However, I must make you aware that the RIP I've got on here is down to the Grego mod. And the version on the workshop will not be a modded version, so therefore those letters won't be there. It will just be a plain plaque on the top. But for the purpose of the video, I wanted to put them on there. So, jumping on the top then. It is a very big coffin. Yep. It doesn't look very spectacular. However, if I press this button here, the hatch opens up and I can get inside. So, let's zoom out. So there it is. There is a coffin. You're thinking, well, there's nothing too spectacular about that so far. No, there's not. You are absolutely right. But let's shut that door. Now, I am not a big transforming Scrap Mechanic. I don't do that much of it because I'm not that good at it. I'm no LUAP the Great, let's say. But I thought I'd try my hand at something with this one. And the design or the shape sort of suggested something to me. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to try it. So let's press the 1 key. And I will do this a few times from different angles so you can see what happens here. But when I press the 1 key, boom. There we go. And this thing transforms into this bad boy. Now, I'm calling this Drag to Hell. It is a Dragster with a difference. I mean, it is awesome. I don't know what MLU are. They're just the reverse letters of RIP there. So we'll ignore them. We have 2 little thrusters on the back there with the chair that come up out the inside. Big wheels on the back. Small wheels on the front. We've got a grille there with lights on the front and a little valve on the top there. We also have the lights on the back and the exhaust popped out. And of course the aerofoil with the RIP on it. And yeah, the nifty green exhaust on the top there and the engine block which came up. So quite a lot going on now. You can understand why there was so much of a spider's web. So yeah, all looks pretty impressive, but let's see how it drives. Now bear in mind there is some lag. I may speed up the video. In fact, I will speed up the video, and hopefully I might revisit this when a new engine comes and see if it gets any better. But for now, let's just show you how it drives. So the thrusters help it push along. Let's hope I don't catch my lift there. No, I don't. And it isn't too bad. I mean, it handles reasonably well. I've got one suspension glitch in there just to help it a little bit because it is a heavy build. But yeah, it doesn't go too bad. Now, as you can see as I go over these bumps, I do not have any suspension in this build, and that's because there is no room for me to fit it in there. Hence I'm getting caught a little bit on some of these bumps, because there really isn't any room with all the transforming going on to actually fit suspension in, or I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, so yeah, I've got a lot cramped in there, let's say. So let's do the transformation again. I can do it while I'm driving, so you turn it back, and I'll even thrust until it goes. Yeah, everything folds away and we end up back as a coffin. Yeah, there it is again. So transform it again. Let's do this from a slightly different angle. So let's see what the back looks like when it goes. So pop, up go the exhaust, out come the lights and the airfoil there. As you can see, the thrusters come up from inside. The whole middle section lifts on arms, and yeah, pretty nifty. Now the engine block is in two sections. You will see it's not joined in the middle, and that's because one's attached to one side panel and one side is attached to the other side panel, and the side panels themselves are angled in at 5 degrees. So the engine block itself is angled in at 5 degrees, so it isn't actually connected. One half is on one side and one half is on the other. Gives it that nice little angled look, but there's no other way I could do it. So when I put it away, you'll notice they go down on two separate arms. And yeah, the front flips round, the tyres flip in, the sides come down, the mud flaps, and yeah, everything kind of just goes away neat and tidy. And there is one little hole underneath, as you'll probably see from here. I couldn't fill that gap. However, you don't see it when you're above it or to the side of it, so I'm not too bothered. But I was very, very impressed with my efforts in this one, and this is why I've kept it till last, because I really wanted to show this one off last, because I think this is the pièce de résistance of my Halloween builds. This is the one that really sets the mark, I think, for me. I've not done anything like this before. Like I say, LUAP is a master at this sort of thing, not me. I don't tend to do many transformers, so this was definitely a task and a half. I thought it was going to be simple when I had the idea. I thought, yeah, that's relatively easy. I mean, it's already the right shape. I don't have much to do, but boy, when I started, did I realise I was wrong. Yeah, there was a lot going on with this. There was a lot more to do than I envisaged. So, I'm going to spin this thing around just a little bit more. Let's speed up the video. Let's play a bit of music. Let's throw this thing around and see what it can do. Okay then, well apart from that last section at the top there where I struggled a little bit, it didn't handle too badly. I mean, the lag was terrible and I did have quite a long time to consider my moves, but yeah, it got up here pretty well. It's quite a capable driver. A little bit heavy, a little bit long, does take a bit of steering, as you would expect with something this big and heavy, but it got there. Despite the lag and despite the effort, we got there in the end. So I'm going to take this thing off the edge. Let me find a good edge to take it. And probably over here. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's take a run up and we'll go off there. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So if you're driving a drag to hell, you might as well take the quickest route. And I think the quickest route to hell right now is off of this mountain. So let's just take a charge and let's go for it. And let's see what happens. Hold on tight. Nope, I think I might as well just go straight into casket mode because I'm not going to survive that one. Yep, driven off a mountain. R.I.P. Definitely. Definitely R.I.P. Oh, it's going to roll on its back. You'll see the hole I was talking about now. There at the end. I couldn't do anything to disguise that. But that's the ugly bottom side. You don't want to see that, really. Oh, is it carry on rolling down a hill? It surely isn't going to roll any further. No, that's it. And I wonder what happens if I jump out now. I've never had it upside down, so I don't know where I'm going to get stuck. And I'm sure I will. So let's jump out the seat. Oh, no. He jumped through. That's cool. So, yeah, so there it was. That is the Drag to Hell Coffin Dragster. It will be available on the workshop. As I say, it's the one build out of my all my Halloween builds that I am most proud of. That's why I saved it to last, to show you guys the last one. And I'll show you quickly inside here. You can see through this gap while it's on a lift. You see what's going on? A hell of a lot going on in here. Arms and bearings and controllers. It's all going on in there, guys. So, yeah. If you like this video, as always, why not spank the hell out of that thumbs up button? Don't forget to subscribe for more retro specs. And until next time, I'll see you soon, and bye for now. Oh, I can't resist one last transformation. That's badass.